Hello and welcome to Media Management class. We have been discussing about different aspects of media management. We talked about media leadership patterns, but today we are going to discuss about media ownership pattern, which means different ways media is owned within a media industry. And you're going to find that media ownership is always determines the way the media is going to disseminate to the members of the public or the society at large. And we are talking about media ownership pattern. We have two main categories of media ownership pattern. And the first one is what we call government ownership pattern. And the government ownership pattern, or else government media ownership pattern, these are the media houses or media stations that are owned by the government. But when we talk about the government, we talk about the ruling government of the day. For example, let's say a government owns a specific media house or a specific newspaper for the purpose of informing, educating, or entertaining the members of the public. And you're going to find that most of the government-owned media houses, their main purpose is to inform the members of the public of what is going on. They're not majorly aimed at gaining profit or as gaining financial advancement, but their main purpose is to inform the members of the public of what is transpiring, what is going on within the society. For example, let's say at the current situation we are having coronavirus pandemic, and you're going to find that, especially like KBC, most of its time is educating and enlightening the members of the public about coronavirus and how to be able to fight against coronavirus pandemic. Most of their programs are aimed at sensitizing the members of the public about a specific issue that is affecting the members of the public. Can be about economic issue, political matter, can be about science, can be about anything that is affecting the general members of the public. And the government may be deemed that it is fit for the government to inform the members of the public of what is going on and the way they are able to offset or to be able to take care concerning the subject matter. And that's why you'll find that most of the government or the media houses or its media stations, they're not majorly aimed at entertaining the members of the public, but the main purpose is to inform the members of the public of what is going on, what is likely to happen, or else what has happened previously that is affecting the current situation. That's why it is called government ownership. Maybe let's say, for example, KBC in Kenya have, when you go to TZ, you have Sauti Kenya. When you go to Uganda, you have the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. You go to BBC, you have BBC, you have CNN. All these media houses are aimed at informing the members of the public what is going on, entertaining them, and also educating the members of the public concerning specific subject matters or specific topics that is probably affecting the general public at large. Then you have what is called a private media ownership or a private ownership pattern. And a private ownership pattern, this is a kind of media ownership that is owned by private or as individuals. Individuals who are not the government or who are not parastatals within the company or within an organization. And you're going to find that under private ownership, the main purpose of these particular media companies or media organizations is to make profit. They are aimed at informing the public, but as they make profit or as they generate profit, because they are investors who want to generate profit out of their investment. So under private media ownership pattern, we have some categories. It can be classified into three major categories. The first one is what we call the cross media ownership pattern. Under private media ownership pattern, we have what is called cross. Under cross, this is a media organization or a media company that owns both the electronic and the print media. And I've just summarized for you here. It is owned by it owns both the print and electronic media, and it can, in major cases, or most of the time, it is owned by either an individual or as a group of individuals who come together, or as a group of investors who come together. The objective of opening up a radio station, a television channel, or else opening up both the television channel and opening up the print media. By that we are talking about newspaper or magazine. So under cross media ownership pattern, we have these kind of individuals own both electronic media and print media. For example, in Kenya, when you're talking about Daily Nation is a newspaper owned by Nation Media House. Nation Media House also owns NTV. It owns other radio stations like Nation FM. This was an example of cross media ownership pattern, whereby this company owns both electronic media stations, it owns newspapers. You can even go ahead to own e-learning or else online online newspapers. So it can be classified as cross because it is cutting across both print, electronic, and online form of dissemination information. Then how chain or corporate media ownership. And this particular chain ownership pattern, this whereby we are having, for example, an electronic medium, a media station, or as an individual owns a larger number of electronic media stations, or as an individual owns so many print media publications. So this person can be classified as a chain, or as a corporate media owner, whereby under this particular category we are saying that this whereby an individual owns more than one radio station, more than one television station. For example, in Kenya we talk about Royal Media Service, or Royal Media Company. Under this particular Royal Media Company, we find that we have Citizen Television, we have so many Citizen TV, we have Citizen Radio, we have so many other local stations, for example in Noro, and so many other radio stations that are owned by one person. And this person is the one who is influencing the operations of these particular media houses. They set policies, they set objectives, they set vision for the company, and they ensure that all members working in that particular organization, that particular media house, are entirely or else in liaison with the laid objectives. So this chain ownership is whereby one individual owns so many electronic media stations, or else on so many print publication companies. Then you have partnership media ownership. Under this type of media ownership, this is whereby different members come together, like partnership, whereby the people come together and they contribute shares. Of course, at the end of the day, they're expecting to get what is called dividend. Now, when they contribute these particular shares, they open up a station, can be a radio station, can be a television station, can be a publication, for example, print publication, for example, newspaper. Then they contribute their shares. They can say, maybe let's contribute let's contribute 100,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, and out of the, let's say there are 10 of them, they're going times 10, for example, they're going to contribute 1 meter. So once they are able to come up with this amount of money, they're going to open up their print publication, or as electronic medium publication. And out of that, we can classify them as a partnership media ownership pattern, because that these partners will come together with the co-objective of opening up a media house, or as a media station, in order to be able to gain dividend at the end of the tunnel. So these are the main categories of media ownership pattern that applies not only in this country but also across the globe. So we are talking about government media ownership, we have private media ownership, and under private media ownership have three main subcategories. We have talked about cross ownership, whereby you are owning both electronic and print media, either as an individual or as a group of people. Then you are having chain ownership, one individual owns so many electronic media houses or as print publication houses. And you have discussed about partnership ownership, whereby different people come together with the co-objective of opening up a station. They contribute shares with the hope of gaining dividend at the end of the tunnel. Thank you for your time. I hope you are able to contextualize and apply this content in the real life situation. Let's meet next time at the same place. Thank you.